Howdy folks, Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. It's after midnight and we have a stack of games here. This is what I received from my purchase from the Hollandspiele Sale, or the Holland Days Sale as they jokingly call it. That's actually what they call it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through these. I haven't had anything prepared in a while. I've been busy with family stuff, visiting relatives, the holidays, birthdays, all that kind of stuff. Been indulging with playing old school Nintendo games and other stuff. So we're gonna do a quick look at what these are. I'm not gonna do unboxings, but I'm gonna sort of like take a look at what I got, what kind of games these are, yeah, so we'll just do that. So first off here, the first one is Comet. This is you see the side of the box. You can tell it's designed for one player. It's about 90 minutes. Solitaire suitability high. I think you can read that, right? If I get closer. Medium weight. Okay, this is the rescue of Allied airmen during World War II. So there was a network, the Comet network of people that were trying to rescue pilots, get them through like occupied France down into Spain, which was neutral, but it was, a pro-fascist country, and try to get these pilots down to British Gibraltar. So this is by Brad Smith. I think he did, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like another air-related game. This one here, this box is a little heavier. Let's see, a glare on the shrink there. Because it has 58 cards, so it got map, counters, 24-page rule book, but you got a card deck in there. So yeah, here it says, in this game, you guide the fate of the Comet line, organizing activities, planning escapes, rooting out Gestapo infiltrators from your network, working with limited resources, reacting to the events of the wider war as you're trying to rescue and save these airmen. Okay, so that was the first one that I got on the list. The next one is a cooperative game, Striking Flint. So it's from 1 to 5 players. It's a little bit shorter. It says 60 minutes on average, but high solitaire suitability. Obviously, it's got ability to do 1 player or cooperative up to 5. Introductory weight, it says. Okay, this is about the United Auto Workers strike in Flint, Michigan in 1937. So if you're interested in sort of historical games about certain topics and period, I mean, you might not be interested in this at all, or you might be, but there's, dice and the cards. Let's see. Now, interesting here. This one does not feel anywhere near as heavy as the Comet game, but it has 44 cards also and 50 wooden pieces. So that's kind of interesting that this one feels much lighter. But that's by Jean Dubois. Striking Flint. Now, this next one, Table Battles. There's the main game from Hollandspiele. There's a dinosaur Table Battles. There's a whole bunch of expansions. The expansions normally come in card cases. This particular expansion has its own box. Table Battles. I believe it comes in a box because it has a additional rule book, special rules about these. Yeah. It's 40 cards, an expansion rule book. Okay, so the original came out in 2017. This one came out this year, 2024. 6 battles that are impossible for one side to win, but it's not about that. It's about how well you fight over the course of 3 scenarios. So you're doing a series of 3 scenarios, and you're trying to see how relatively well you do compared to the doomed nature of these battles. So if you're a Hollandspiele Holland Table Battles fan, then this is one that you might want to add to your collection. All right, so this next one, Beware the Ides of March. It's a 2-player game. However, it does have high solitaire suitability, 1690 minutes. This is actually a relatively heavy one. Okay, you can see on the cover here, well, maybe you can't. There's a splatter of blood. We got the picture here of all the senators stabbing at Caesar. So it's the Liberators' Civil War. Now, what's interesting about this one is look at the size of those hexes. This is a what they're calling an operational, let's see, you probably can't see it here, operational sandbox. All right, models the reality of the conflict, logistical challenges of supplying an army in the ancient world, the uncertainty of combat, the dangers of sea travel. Okay, so it's basically saying there was a, what happened historically versus what potentially could have happened. So this gives you a little more flexibility in playing this out. What's interesting down here at the bottom, Hollandspiele.com. Let's see if you can read that. Weird games for weird people, and also rad hex and counter war games like this one. So there's a kind of an interesting mix to the whole line of Hollandspiele, that some are, your standard hex and counter war games and Civil War and Ancients and stuff. A lot of solitaire games, but then there's some pretty strange and weird experimental games too. Now, so this is John Thiessen, who did do a lot of Civil War and some other stuff. There's an expansion to this. This is called Crossing the Rubicon. Okay, so there's some rules in here. There's a extra counter sheet. It's a Ziploc expansion, but this is actually what you'd call the prequel, because Caesar was assassinated in 44 BC. This starts in 49 BC, working up to 45 BC, because remember, BC, so it's going, as we measure now, looking at BCE or BC. So this gives you a precursor expansion to use with your Ides of March game to give you more playground to work with. So Ardwolf, if you're actually watching this, maybe you keep saying you like Operational Ancients, you might want to pick up Beware of the Ides of March if you haven't done it already. And then here I got Horse and Musket 6, Sunset of an Era. I had not got this one yet. You need to have the base game. You don't have to have any of the other, particular period expansions, but you do need the base game. So this is 1816 to 1869. So the dates up here, if you may be able to see that despite the thing. So it's got Alamo, Buena Vista, Cerro Gordo, Bull Run, first and second Bull Run. It's got Solferino, second Sevastopol, Inkerman. So we got stuff from the Crimean War, the Civil War, Mexican-American War, the yes, yeah, you can probably hear her down there. She's wanting attention. All sorts of stuff there. Konograts, so Cedar Creek, so all sorts of goodies there. 28-page scenario rule booklet, 264 counters, 2 whole sheets. So big expansion there. And then I hadn't picked up any of the Horse and Musket annuals yet, so I decided to go ahead and get one of those, see how they are, a bunch of scenarios for, whatever period. I don't know if these are across different periods or what. I haven't really looked at those. Yeah, they must be over multiple periods. But it doesn't say. Nothing on the back. Just those list of scenarios there. So that was my haul. Actually, there was one more game that I ordered, but it was inadvertently left out of the box. So, yep, so we got one game that was specifically solitaire, the Comet. And then there was the Striking Flint, that's solitaire or cooperative. But all of these games, all of them are rated as high solitaire suitability. So, well, that one's backwards. So this was my 2024 Hollandaise sale purchase. Yeah, this was a lot of money. But that's why sometimes I wait. I might get maybe a Hollandspiele game during the year that I just, I got to get it now, sometimes too. And then I usually wait, taking advantage of the sale. So if you like various Hollandspiele games, make sure you know when that sale is. It's usually before Thanksgiving and lasts, what is it, a week or two. So yes, cat. She wants to go outside. So this was my exploration of all these. Now, no commitment to if and when any of these get on the channel or not. But if you bought anything from the Hollandspiele sale this year, you can put that in the comments. Let everyone know what you got. And if there's any one of these that you've played that you really like, you could let us know. Or if there's any particularly one of these that you'd like to see done on the channel, I would more likely, personally, lead towards the Comet or the Striking Flint. I've been doing a lot of two-player games in my normal playthrough stuff, but I haven't done a lot of solitaire games, so I'd like to add a few more of those in the coming year. But all right, so this is Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. We've done another after midnight video, and the cat says hi. We kept this. I was trying to keep it under 10 minutes, but we're just marching on the 12-minute mark. So all you good folks out there, take care. Take care of your games, and they'll take care of you. Ciao, y'all, and happy holidays. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever. Kwanzaa, New Year's coming up. Yay.